Translate words into algebraic expression. Part 1. How do you translate words into mathematical expressions? Welcome to this video. To answer this question, I will use 10 different examples to explain how to translate words into mathematical expression. The last example, example 10, is very important, and to understand this example 10, you must understand example 1, 2, 3, 2, example 9. So your attention is very important in this video. So let's see. Translating words into algebraic expression is one of the steps for solving word problems. So we need to understand that. So here it's not to solve word problems, but it's just to translate words into expressions. It's going to be math expression. But understand that keywords are very important in these problems. Understand that we'll use variables, so A, B, C, D through Z, to represent unknown. Understand that we're gonna use symbol to represent keyword, but overall, practice makes perfect. So my advice to you is to watch this video more than one time to understand the concept before part 2 of the topic. So let's see. Example 1. A number decreased by 7. This is the instruction. Use X and the Y to represent numbers. So when they say a number decreased by 7, that number will be represented by X. So you have X minus 7. So decrease means minus. But let's give you more explanation about this question or example 1. A number decreased by 7. This is same as a number minus 7. This is same as a number less 7. So if you see a question like this, they say a number less 7, or a number minus 7, or a number decreased by 7, understand that this is the same thing. Now, what is the key, or what is the trick part to understand? Here, less versus less than. In some questions, you will see less than instead of a less. So less and the less than are not the same thing. Than, that word than means what? You have to switch the word. So a number less 7, we just solve it. A number less 7 means we have that X minus 7. Now when they say a number less than 7, we're gonna switch. So we're gonna have a 7 minus X. So then switch words. Let's continue. Example 2, the product of 3 and the square of a number is increased by that number. The product of 3 and the square of a number. So then you're gonna have a 3. Okay, one moment, 3x to the second power. So product means what? Multiplication. So between what? 3 and the square of a number. Square means power 2. Is increased. Increase here means what? Plus. Increased by that number. It has to be the same number, that number. And what we use here as a number is x, so plus x. Don't use y because they say that number. If it's a different number, they will tell you a different number or another number. And we'll see one of the examples like that. Okay, example 3. The product, so again, product in math means what? A multiplication. The product of 8 and a number. So it's going to be 8 x. The product of 8 and a number. So multiplication between 8 and x is decreased minus 10. Okay, let's see the previous one. When they say increase is plus, but decrease is minus. The next one, example 4. The difference of -3 multiplied by a number. Wow. -3 multiplied by a number. We call this grouping. So this grouping and the product of 2 and another number. So this is another grouping. But we need to do what? Subtraction between these two grouping. That's the meaning of difference. So it's going to be subtraction. So we do subtraction between -3 multiplied by a number. So that will be -3x. -3 multiplied by a number, -3x. Okay, minus the product of 2 and another number, 2y. So -3x minus 2y. Please, this negative here is not the difference. No, this negative is for this number. So they can replace -3 by 5 or 7 or whatever to say the difference of a 5 multiplied by a number. So -3 is a number, but the difference here is what I put in green. So this negative sign. Example 5. Hey, the keyword. Yes, done. 5 less than the quotient. So I'm gonna switch. I will do the quotient part first. So this grouping. So quotient of what? 10 and a number. So 10 and a number. So we use the x for number. That means what? 10 over x. And now minus, okay, 5. So suppose they change this question, they say 5 less the quotient of 10 and a number. They remove the keyword done. Okay, in that case, the answer will be 5 minus 10 over x. But when you have the keyword, you switch the word. So you're going to have the 10 over x, which is the quotient. So division, that means division in math. Okay, and now we should start 5. The next question, example 6. The sum, sum in math, addition. So we have the addition. So the sum of -8 and the product of 7 and a number. So we'll do the sum of what? -8 and what? The product means multiplication. So you have to understand that this is another grouping. So that will be together. So when they say grouping, that means that will be together. So the product of 7 and a number. So we're going to have a 7x because it's a product multiplication between 7 and that x. Problem 7. The sum against sum, so addition. Okay, the sum of 16 times a number, another grouping, 16 times a number, and the number, okay, so another grouping, the number is decreased by 3 times another number. Okay, let's see what is going here. We have 2 different operations. We have a plus and a minus going. The plus is the sum. We have 16 times a number. So we know that's going to be 16x. And the number. So that number is x. They don't say another number. So it have to be the same number. Now, is decrease. Decrease means what? Minus. By 3 times another number. Okay, this time we use another number. So 3 times another number. So 3 times y. Again, the sum, which is addition between what? 16 times a number, 16x. Okay, plus the number, so x, is decreased, so minus, decreased by 3 times another number. So 3 times y. Okay, example 8. A number squared. So we use x for a number squared power 2 plus the number raised to the 4th power. So plus. Okay, so plus means addition. And we have the number. So they don't say another number. They have to be that same x to the 4th power. Okay. We continue. Example 9. The square of a number. So again, we have the x to the 2nd power plus, which is this, the quotient. Another grouping. The quotient, which is going to be division of what? 4 and 7. So you have x squared plus 4 over 7. We continue. Yeah, problem 10, the last problem. 6 subtracted from the sum of 15 and the square root of a number. Another grouping here. The sum of 15 and the square root of a number. So what is that sum? So sum, we have a plus of what? 15. And the square root means you have to use this symbol of a number. We use x for a number. But 6 subtracted from, that means what? After you do that, you do minus 6. Yes, minus 6. So 6 subtracted from means you have to switch. And then remember, we switch when it's less than. And this is same as, one moment, this is same as subtracted from. So in a question, when you see subtracted from, understand that this is same as less than. And understand that you are switching. You are switching the word here. Okay, so again, be prepared for the part 2 of this topic, because the part 2 will be challenging. And to better understand part 2, you need to understand this part 1. So again, feel free to watch this video more than one time. But overall, practice makes perfect. You have to practice until you get it done. Thank you.